We are here and things are, I don't know, I think you can say we're having fun, believe it or not, at Parliament ahead of the State of the Nation address. I remember last year in February when you were here, we were also having fun. We had a visitor in the form of a puppet called Chester Messing who came here and was causing trouble. Now we've got a young lady named Kuli Roberts who's causing lots and lots of trouble, including making the Speaker of Parliament take a picture of the two of us. I mean, you have to love that. That's one of those classic moments that I'll never forget. So I think I need to get that picture from Kuli so that I can keep it on my records as well. Getting our newly appointed Speaker of Parliament to take a picture of us. It's so lovely to see you, and welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you very much. It's also very nice for us to be standing out here, although I'd rather get indoors as soon as possible.
I don't blame you. So let's get all the important things out the way. Okay. Frene Ginwala was the very, very first Speaker of Parliament in South Africa, was a female. It's so nice to have another female in that position. What is it like for you when you heard that this was the position you're going to be taking over?
Well, it's a place I've been in. I used to deputize Frene, and then I became Speaker for less than 5 years when I was then whisked off, taken to the executive in Pretoria, which was not something I warmly welcomed, except that, we all are used to being deployed.
Yeah.
You are used to being told where to go. But you might want to ask, why were you not welcoming being in the executive? And the simple reason is, it was just less than a year before we went to the next election. And therefore, I had plans. I was busy with a project to formulate manuals about how to work here in this institution. And because I had worked there for a lot of that particular term, I had planned to then leave something back for the following Parliament. But never mind, when I was told that I was coming here, it was fine.
Yeah.
It was okay. It was a place I knew.
Yeah.
It was a place that was not strange for me, so it was fine to come back and learn about what the fourth Parliament had done.
Yeah.
And then see how we fit in to take things forward.
Excellent. Well, like you say, no stranger to this job. It's something that you have done, something you know very well. But what are the attributes that are needed to be the Speaker of Parliament?
What do I attribute to?
Well, what are the things needed to be the Speaker of Parliament? Because it's a highly stressful job in terms of keeping control in there, and I think you're going to be keeping more control than any other speaker has had to do with your new young your new young entrance into it, which is going to make it more exciting as well.
Yes, but there's a lot more work in this place than just what you see publicly when you see someone sitting at that high seat there. So I look forward to learning, in particular, how far the fourth Parliament took things.
Yeah.
Because remember, when you are sitting in here, there are many more hours you spend in the office. There's a lot more correspondence you are dealing with. There are many issues people either working in Parliament or other parliaments outside South Africa, or people from the executive are corresponding with you about. And so there's a lot more of that type of work than just, sitting at the chair up there.
Yeah. So there's so much that goes on behind the scenes. But having said that, just getting back to the things that are going to be taking place behind there, it is a challenging job, besides obviously all the work that goes behind the scenes, but keeping order within the ranks of Parliament, with keeping the members of Parliament, and also making them abide by rules, because there are strict rules that are set in place for Parliament. So going ahead and doing something like that, and especially with a young dynamic crowd that you got in there, I mean, are you expecting this to be quite a challenging term?
It's always a challenging term, because people have the tendency to want to push you as much as they can push you.
Yeah.
So you've got to always be alert. You have to always also try very hard to stay calm. Because if you don't stay calm, you are going to find yourself dizzy and, your head being all over. So you need to learn to keep yourself calm.
Yeah. All right. So calmness is what it takes to run this particular job.
Particularly important.
All right. Well, obviously you need calmness because already you've got your opposition party, the DA, not happy with the fact that the
EFF to that.
Well, we're going to talk about them. I promise you I'm not. So you got the DA who's criticizing your decision not to set up a committee to continue to focus on Nkandla that your predecessor had set up, Max Sisulu. What's your response already to this?
My response is the DA must learn to stay calm. I've responded to them. I've told them that I now have a letter from the president, and now that he has promised Parliament through that letter, that now that he has got that report, he had promised that as soon as he has read it, then he would be ready to actually comprehensively respond to all issues raised around the issue of that report. He's told us that he is now getting into that report, and then he will respond as he has promised, comprehensively within 30 working days.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for him. I wish I could see the report also, but I'm waiting for the president to do what he has promised to do. I'm not going to be, screaming or jumping around as if I'm a little toddler. I don't work like that. I've written to them, I've told them what's going to happen, and I know the president will do what he has promised.
Okay, let's talk about the EFF, because this is going to bring a lot of interest into Parliament. Already, their dress code. Now, what is the dress code within Parliament? They came with their overalls and I think what looked like domestic worker outfits as well for the females when they were swearing in on Parliament. Do you have a problem with it, or are they able to express themselves in their dress code?
It's not whether I have a problem or not. Parliamentarians will have to look at that issue when we have the opportunity to look at it, because you must know that we've only been forming the structures of Parliament. So we have not done everything. We have not yet enough opportunity to put every structure in place that must deal with everything Parliament is faced with. So we will see very soon how to deal with the issue of the dress code. Remember that day when we all came to Parliament and we took the oath, that meeting was not our meeting.
Yeah.
In fact, when we walked in here, we were not members of Parliament.
Yeah.
Even the president had not yet been sworn in, never mind inaugurated, just also to be made a true MP, like all of us. Now, with the EFF sitting there in their red overalls, that was an issue for the Chief Justice, because that was his meeting.
Yeah.
And he then presided over the election of the Speaker, and later I presided over the election of the Deputy Speaker and then the President. So that issue has not yet been put in front of the MPs for them to apply their minds. Now we have a Rules Committee, so the Chief Whip and other whips of other parties will apply their minds when the time comes.
Okay, so that's something to still be decided on, and we're looking forward to seeing how they all come dressed today. So that could set the tone for what to expect and the decisions you might have to make. It's also, as you say, a keeping order, because we do know that the incoming EFF are very, very vocal, and they have a lot to say. But there are, as you say, rules to abide by when it comes to how you conduct yourself within Parliament.
Absolutely, because it's about the image of Parliament.
Yeah.
It's about the Parliament not just being somebody's lounge and somebody's just place for socializing. It's a place where the people of South Africa, those who've been chosen from different political parties, are always watching out and they take the place seriously.
Yeah.
Because it's about their lives that these activities that happen in Parliament are being engaged in, and people are debating and so on and so forth. So I think that's why you must take yourself seriously. You must take this place seriously. You must take the work of Parliament seriously.
All right. Thank you for talking to us. And we wish you the best today and for your term. This, of course, is the Speaker of the House, the Speaker of Parliament, Ms. Baleka Mbete. Thank you. You can now go and get warm, because I can see those arms of yours. All right, let's take